Hola Drifters, Jay Barrick with you here at Westgard Pass. I wanted to share a funny story of something that happened here at Westgard Pass while I was here with you, and it also will give you some insight into more insight into life in a van.
Now let's get started by letting me give you a little bit of a scenario of what my life is all about.
I haven't mentioned this much. I know I mentioned it once in episode, the Carrizo Plain episode about getting a mouse in the van, but I have had a lot of mice get inside the van. It's been kind of an ongoing struggle keeping mice out of stuff. I've had to tape my, I'll show you this. I've had to, as mice have come in, I've had to tape up this tape around this bar right here is to keep mice, because they were getting in through that into my storage pantry, along with a hole in the bottom as well. I had to tape those two up. I've had to tape off the bottom of the refrigerator. It's clear tape. I don't know if you can see the clear tape, but that's got tape over it to keep the mice out of my kitchen area. But needless to say, it's been an ongoing battle with mice. Well, last year in 2017, I only had about half a dozen mice the whole year. So if you look at the numbers there, that's like one mouse every 2 months or so. It really wasn't bad. That's why I didn't mention it in my videos last year. Is I'd get a mouse, so what? Next day I'd move on to a new campsite, and then the mouse problem would be gone. Well, this year in 2018, as soon as I started this run up the Sierras, I've had mice in the van every stop, beginning with Kennedy Meadows, going on to Lone Pine, and then I came up here to the Black Mountain and the Westgard Pass, and of course the first night I get here, a mouse shows up in the van, and I had been so exhausted being kept up at night with mice, trying to chase them out of the van or them getting into things and waking me up, that I finally switched tactics. Now, those most of you who know me know that I can't kill anything. I love all of God's creatures. I look at every animal, plant on this planet as a gift, and I try not to kill anything. Even when I'm hiking, I try not to step on ants or beetles or little buds of flowers. I just don't want. I really try to avoid killing. That's just my beliefs, and everyone has their own beliefs, and I think we're free to do that. But that's how I feel. And so when I started getting mice, I got one of these traps right here. It's a live catch trap. So if you look at the inside of it, the mouse would step up this little. You'd have some bait in there that would tempt the mouse in here. He would come in here and eat the bait, and then once he's in, the back door traps him, and then he'd be in there. I got this last year in 2017. I have not caught a single mouse with it. I'm really curious to know if anyone has ever caught a mouse with one of these traps. It was only $2, so it's not like I'm mad at the results with this. It's just kind of funny. I think that whoever makes this trap and knows that it doesn't work that well, I think they know that the person buying it doesn't want to kill the mouse. So at least it makes us feel good. So I got my $2 out of this trap, but I got so frustrated with the mouse here after 4 straight nights of chasing mice around the van and traveling each day to a new campsite trying to get away from mice. I finally got out one of these guys. And so about 3 in the morning, my first night here at Westgard Pass, I said, I've had it. I said, God, I know everything that comes into my world, the universe, it's all meant to be. That's my normal philosophy is every creature I come across was all part of the plan. But I'm like, how do you justify mice? And I'm praying, I'm saying, please, no more mice. I've had it. But I set this trap at about 3 in the morning the first night here, put it on the floor, and at about 4 in the morning, I was still awake, listening for the mouse. I heard the mouse come in the van, and I was just waiting for the sound of this trap to go off, and I dozed off and fell asleep. And I woke up, and I was very relieved that no mouse had fallen into my deadly trap here. While chasing that mouse here that first night, I ended up finding where the mouse are getting in the van, and I can't tell you how happy that makes me feel that I've put an end to the mousy issue. So let me show you what happened. I was chasing the mouse outside the van. I knew from prior experience that the mice get in through the grill area of the van. But while chasing that mouse the first night here, I saw him run up here. That's all I knew. And when I took the grill off the next day, I noticed a giant hole here. And that makes sense for where they're getting in under the dash. Mice come in right under here outside this vent system, so somehow they were getting in under the dash and then coming out the floor. When I look back at the events and me losing faith in the universe for a moment and then getting it back very quickly, I had prayed that no more mice in the van. Well, I have an obvious hole in the dash that mice were getting into, and what that mouse showed me was how to patch that hole. And so my prayers were answered. I thought that was pretty amazing experience here, and I'm just happy that I've found the hole. I hope. Now, there still could be another way to get in, but I think I may have finally solved the mousy problem. Peace. Mahalo.